Hi, this is Archon633, and today I'm bringing a review of the Power Rangers Super Megaforce Turbo Falcon Megazord. Now, Bandai America did a really clever way of releasing this Megazord. Originally, a lot of people were wondering how they were going to release this Megazord, since it's a lot bigger than even the line Zord. So, how is it that Bandai America was going to release it? Well, they did a clever way in releasing it in its own unique Bandai America exclusive Megazord mode. Now, what's cool about it is that it just uses the components that the figure already has and doesn't use it up, doesn't actually change any of the way that it transforms and how it functions, so it's a plus. So you pretty much just added an extra mode. Now, going over the box quickly, clearly see the three modes: the Turbo Falcon Megazord mode, the Turbo Falcon Zord, and then the little gimmick it has. Up here it shows that you have the Ranger key. Obviously it has here the receive sweepstakes thing. All the forms, including the Ninja Megazord, which is out recently. I'm going to try and find that when I can. Then other the figures that you release in the line, so pretty much it's it for the box. Now, going over the Zord itself, it rolls really nice, and it's, as mentioned, it's really hefty. A lot of the paint is here in this mode, but at the same time, it's not in this mode. It's more a problem with the other modes, which we'll get into soon. In this mode, it has a gimmick where, as mentioned in the box, you can take the Ranger key that it comes with, turn it into key mode, slide it into a little compartment that's inside here. So you do this. So it just rolls like this normally for now. But when you put in the key, put down the hands, close it up. As you can see here now, there's this little gear. It's down here that it's holding by, the key's literally holding it kind of like friction. And then this is the sound apparently that we're getting. Initially, when the promotional images showed and other things, that we were actually going to have electronics on this toy, but in reality, the sound that it was mentioning is just this revving sound, which is really disappointing. Let's take the key out and use this inside the morpher, since this is my first RPM key. There we go. And obviously when you turn it again. And that's pretty much all the key can do on its own. Let's take the morpher off to the side. We will now go on to the transformation into Megazord mode. Well, technically there's one more mode that was shown in what's it called? Go-onger. In the Japanese version of the toy and in the show, all the wheels would go down and he turns to some kind of flight mode. However, due to transformation, only the front wheels do it, so that's kind of disappointing. Anyways, what you're going to do now is remove the components and turn it into its individual modes. Let's take that off too. And then remove that. So now you have just a bunch of parts. And what you're going to do first is take these pieces here on both sides, take them out to the side for now. I'm going to slide this up so we can see the full transformation in a minute. What you're going to do next is, inside there's these little black pieces. Just slide up. Like that. So now you got the Megazord's legs. What you're going to do next is take this piece here, plug it up here, but first you just plug this together so now it kind of stays secure. Plug this up so that it faces upward, like so. So now I got this really weird looking form. So let's go back so you can see it. We're looking for him here. Now what you're going to do with this piece here is pull that down, remove the wheels on the bottom here, take this piece here and pull it out. Take this apart. Move it out to the side for now. Now what you're going to do next is take this component right here, and you're going to plug it up like this. So now it goes like that. Now what you're going to do next is make sure that these little pegs face this direction. Push down the handpiece here. What you're going to do is now plug them to the sides like this. Both sides. So now it looks something like that. Actually, you're supposed to pull it up like that. So it looks something like that. Now these components here will now plug in sides here. So you got something like that. Pull this little black panel here down. Slide it here. It just slides inward. That. Open up these little panels and plug it up here. And just like how it was packaged in the store, here we have the Turbo Falcon Megazord. Now, the design itself is really goofy and kind of bizarre, but it's clever how Bandai America has done to design an already using design and make something new out of it. So I'm really glad Bandai America at least incorporated something so it allows more play mode without needing to put like thousands of more Zord Builder ports and all that. I mean, it has Zord Builder ports, but just not as many, so it's cool that it at least has a mode like this. Articulation-wise, all it can pretty much do is that's pretty much it on both sides. There's no leg articulation or anything else, so don't expect too much in that department. Now, obviously, what you want to do, again, is just take off all the components, and then you're just going to change it back into its car mode. So let's just take everything off. And then I'm going to put it back together off screen. Now that we're back in this mode, that's pretty much all I can do in this mode. However, if you have the Legendary Megazord, if you pretty much form him without the legs, what you can do is there's these ports here that connect to the Zord Builder ports there. And then just plug it in. And there you have the Legendary RPM. Well, I guess you could say the Legendary RPM Megazord or whatever it's called. Legendary RPM Turbo Falcon Megazord or something. I don't know what you call this one. But Japan, it was just basically Go on Go Kai-O. Now, I always felt this mode was underwhelming because you're pretty much just taking the Megazord and just giving him this as his legs. So it's not really overall too spectacular. But it's good that at least the American toy can at least go into that mode. Now, it's pretty much what you're getting this Megazord for is to make it into the ultimate legendary Megazord. You're going to obviously need the Q-Rex, which only needs the arms, so that's why he's no arms right now. Stick the arms here. Then what you're going to do next is make sure that you take out the swords, because you're going to need them. This is a real pain to remove at times because of the rubber, and sometimes that happens. You need to remove that anyway, so remove those components. Make sure all you have is the skyship. You don't need anything else, so let's just take it off to the side. And what you're going to do next is you're going to peg these in place so it looks like that. Make sure that the hand is free like that. You're going to remove this back into its individual components again. So this time, you're going to keep these on and do nothing else with the legs. You're just going to leave it alone like that. What you're going to do is take this piece and make sure that the swords are facing like that. So you take that sword there, take this sword, make sure that this component's facing out like that. I'm just going to slide this in. Now you've got the giant head crest, which will be used in a minute. I take this fist cover, make sure that the thumb Sorry, I'm trying to get all stretched out. You plug it in over the arm. Let's get that done. There. Let's get that done. Push done with that. You're going to take this apart by removing the wheels yet again. Just slide the Zord Builder ports down. And just leave it like this for now. Plug in the components. Snap into place. Then, what you're going to do next is make sure that you turn it around and just plug this down here so it causes pretty much there for stability, really. And to finish it off, what you're going to do is take any key. We'll just go with the RPM key. Get this into camera. Just going to open it up like you do with the other forms. Take this, turn it upside down, slide it in. You're going to slide these open and pull these down. So you got it like that. Just take the key away and to finish it off, just plug in the giant head crest. And there you have the ultimate legendary Megazord fully completed. Now, I mentioned earlier that paint is a big problem on this toy. Especially in this mode, since the molding for the actual chest is actually there. But the actual combination, no, this mode should I say, doesn't have any paint here and all that, so it doesn't stick out well unless you put it under light. That is really distracting, and it's kind of lame that they left it out. They should have at least kept some kind of sticker sheet or painted or whatever, even if it was just a simple paint. They should have done something there, since that is a very, very distracting design, especially when you're going to see it in Super Megaforce. It's going to have the flame design and the Go-onger logo and all that, so it's kind of distracting that that's not there. In this one, obviously, what you can do is do the same like I did before. Just put on the key, really any key, and then this thing can also turn. But there isn't much else there. Articulation-wise, sometimes that piece pops off. Yeah, only the arms are articulated. You're not going to get much articulation in terms of this guy. So, pretty much what you're getting here in the main package is you're going to get the most value out of this toy, the Turbo Falcon, if you have all the other Megazords, so you can fully transform it into this mode. Or if you decide to wait until that supposed 3-pack is going to come out with all 3 of them. But overall, it's worth it since it is pretty close to its Japanese counterpart. Most of the design is pretty much spot on except for the paint. So it's pretty good for what it is. This one I actually got at Target, so yeah, be on the lookout since they're appearing at Target's, Toys R Us, and I think some Walmarts might have it too. But anyways, it's definitely worthwhile pickup, especially if you got the other Zords, and personally, out of functionality, I feel as though, and whoops, I actually forgot sometimes that these will actually supposed to slide out. But functionality, I think this Zord has the much more play value than the other 2. But in terms of what they could have done better with the paint, it's really disappointing how they did it. So if you have the Go-onger stuff, then this really isn't something you need. But if you don't have the Go-onger stuff, I think this is definitely worthwhile and it's good enough for what it is. Anyways, please comment, subscribe, check out Toka News. Here are Taku, Rajio, and in the channels down below, and I'll see you YouTube. Bye.